We are joined by FS1 NFL analyst, the Rambassador, Eric Dickerson. Thank you so much for being here.
The Rambassador's in the house.
Well, we thought maybe you wouldn't show today.
Well, first of all, I just told you. What did I tell you? I'll let you become an undercover Ram fan. You just tell me. You don't tell nobody else. Just tell me.
Right now, I'm an undercover Cowboy fan.
So, Skip, let's start with you. What did you make of Peter's comments?
First of all, let me say this about Sean Payton. I did not love him bragging after the game about what he did to Marcus Peters. And we all know Sean Payton loves to toot his own horn and pat himself on the back. And he can be a bit of a front-running showboater, especially after big wins like that. But to me, Marcus Peters was in no position to return fire after he got run off that football field by Michael Thomas. I wish he just said, hope to see him again. That's all I got to say. But Marcus Peters, I'm going to say this again, and I'm not trying to kick you while you're down here, but he's part of the reason I can't completely buy into your football team, because I don't trust deep down his football character. Because I remind you, when he played at the University of Washington, he got suspended for a game because he threw a big sideline fit and tantrum on the sideline, and then he ultimately got dismissed from the football team after he got into another big argument with coaches during a practice. But because he's a big corner who can run, he ran 4.5 at the combine. Kansas City took him 18th overall. First round, and he lived right up to it because he was Pro Bowl rookie, Pro Bowl second year, first team All-Pro as a rookie because he co-led the NFL in the interceptions, was Defensive Rookie of the Year. So that was tremendous. But after 3 years, Kansas City couldn't wait to get rid of him. So they basically gave him, I thought you guys won the trade as far as his ability and his credentials
Well,
went.
you remember, Skip, the final straw is that when he was in Kansas City, the Jets game, he came back out with no tape on, none of it.
I know. So, to me, Shannon's made this point repeatedly on this show. Wade Phillips is not using him correctly, and I'm with you on that. Again, you can't put him up in press. He's a cluer. He's a gambler. He's got to lay off
and unfold in front of him
and hope he guesses right on the play. So I get all that, but there's still something about him that I don't love, and you put a lot of lower football character guys on your defense, and it's okay if you're winning, but if you lose, it will go south quicker than usual with that group that you've assembled on defense. That's my 2 cents.
Okay.
Well, go ahead, Edie. Go ahead.
Well, first of all, I want to give credit to the Saints for winning that football game. That was a great game. I don't think the Saints could have played any better for at least almost 3 quarters. I mean, you put 35 points up before halftime. But after half, we came back and we tied the game up. They only had 10 after that. So I give them credit for that. What I don't like Sean Payton, trying to call out Marcus Peters. And as a man, as a former player, you know this well too. If a guy, a coach, I got to respond. Calls you out, you got to respond. He's sitting over there with a mic on his head with his arms folded. He wears a uniform. So in a sense, he's put a target on his receivers' back, whoever they are. So for me, I don't care. I don't mind Peters calling him out because he's an Oak-Town boy. He's confident.
He is.
He's very confident, and I like that about him. I feel like that this guy, he'll be the first one to tell you he's not playing well. He'll say it. I'm not playing. But who hasn't played well? Have you played well every game? Have you had 3 games where you didn't play well?
Do you hear him tell it?
No,
you never had a bad game.
Man, I mean, I played bad. I mean, all of us. Coach's fault. It's your coach's fault. all of us have had that. Well, we don't play well, and so that's just part of the game. But you know what? You have to bounce back. And for him, if that takes him to talk back to, I feel like a coach that has not won a Super Bowl in 10 years. And you're right. He's arrogant. I mean, he's arrogant at times. I mean, he toots
last year, Skip, the Monday night game, he gave the choke sign. Yeah. He gave the choke. Hey, that's Sean. That's
so when I watched that game, it's all of a sudden, they were blowing us out. But you know what I give the Rams credit for? I kept telling the fans, the guys there in New Orleans, I said, we're going to come back. We're not going to give up. Oh, no, it's over with. Y'all ain't come. I said, we're going to come back. We tied it up. All of a sudden, it got real quiet. Real quiet. Matter of fact, I had my sideline pass on. They told me, you can't come back down here. You can't come back. I said, don't get mad because we tied it up now. Don't get mad now. So they wanted me to go. Security, yeah. He didn't want me to come. Well, what you doing back there? I said, can I? Yeah, you can, but you ain't supposed to be here. So, you know.
Did he know who he was talking to?
He knew, because he wanted to take a picture after the game. After they won, okay, can I take a picture? But most definitely, you know, I've got to go with Marcus Peters on this because I feel like he's a good addition to our football team. You know, and I agree with you, Shannon. Maybe he's not in the right position and they're not playing him right. But as a player, I like his heart. I like his determination. And I like what he said. You know, hey, you know, I'll see you have some gumbo and some swamp water. You know, and because that NFC Championship game, I really believe it's going to come right back through here. And we've lost one game. Not like another team I know that has a star on their helmet.
It's always come back to that.
Yeah. So anyway, I'll let you have it.
How about the lowest hanging fruit you can get?
No, it ain't hanging. That's fruit on the ground. Yeah, we just got to pick that up.
It's dragging.
I agree with Marcus Peters because, you know, look, normally what coaches do is like, look, there are some matchups that we like and we felt we could take advantage, but he singled Marcus out. So Marcus Peters came back and said, I want you to have that same energy when we see you again. That energy that you got right now that you talking, I'll see you again. Irish Skip, we played the Miami Dolphins. I think it was like the second to the last game of the season. They beat us. Oh, man, you ought to seen Sam Madison over there. You ought to seen Terrell Buckley. Boy, they high-fiving. They had them.
Where was the game?
In Miami. Oh, they having them a good old time.
Marino?
Yeah. They have them a good old time. I was standing on the sideline, me, Rod, and TD. So we see them again.
And?
We see them again.
Did you?
38-3.
There you go.
Where? At Denver?
They had to come there. They had to come see us.
In the
divisional. Oh, that thing got ugly in a hurry. Oh, I said, hold on. Ain't nobody jumping on the sideline.
Ain't nobody jumping up down.
Ain't nobody jumping around. They were jumping around,
I'll bet you were telling them all about it.
Yeah. I said, well, hold on. Where is all that loud talking? Oh, y'all ain't. Yeah. So Marcus Peters said, okay, Sean, you got me. You right. I gave up 202 bills. Have that same energy because we're going to see you again. Now, when we see you on Pittsburgh, they did a lot of talking too. We played them in 97, Skip. Oh, they talking. Oh, yeah. The road to the Super Bowl goes through 3 rebels. Oh, don't worry about it. Okay. Keep that. We came back there now. The game winding down. Everybody want to fight me. Whoa. Why you want to fight me
What do
now?
I fight you for?
Yeah. I'll tell you what. I'll fight
you. You lost in the regular season?
We lost in the regular season. At 3 Rivers in Pittsburgh.
And you went back to
Went back there.
Oh, and beat him at home?
Beat him at home. Get what I told him. I said, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. If you come to San Diego, I'll fight you. Because that's what the Super Bowl going to be. I ain't got no more business here in Pittsburgh. Oh, I'm talking they bad. I said, oh, now y'all want to fight. No, Skip, that's what, look, when players do that, Skip, I ain't got no problem. Look, you got me, bro. I'm just going, hey, you got me. But a coach, I got to respond to you.
And what if that NFC Championship game rematch is back in New Orleans?
I'm still saying something. Let me tell you something. We are, and I'll say it, I don't have to play the game. I played it. We are a better football team than the Saints. I believe that across the board. You know, they're good.
Your quarterback is not better than that.
I agree with that part of it. Now, not every position, but I think overall, the whole team, I think we're a better football team. And also, you know, they got to play Atlanta. They've got to play Pittsburgh. Their road is tougher than our road.
It is tougher.
It's just tougher.
Agree with that.
You know, and that defense, I got to give them credit. Their defense played a good game. Good game because you know why? Because the offense kept them off the field. They were off the field all the time. But that defense they have in New Orleans will get exposed. And it showed it in the third quarter. Well, we put 21 points.
Yep.
And they will be right back here in L.A. playing the NFC Championship game. And Marcus Peters, like he said, we'll have some gumbo. And I'm going to even throw some swamp water in that for him.
Is that a challenge from you to Sean?
That's my challenge to Sean Payton. Okay. We'll even have some swamp water for you. Hey, because you like me. He ain't got to play the game. He over there like this. I'm going to be over there like this, too.
Oh, Ricky.
But I ain't got to call no play.
You know you'll get a call from Ricky Jackson.
No, I talked to Ricky last night. You know, Ricky said it. You know, Ricky said last night. Ricky said, man, we was beating up on y'all pretty good. But normally we got scared in the third quarter. You saw that. They start playing. They start getting conservative because being conservative. And that's what they do. That's what the Saints do. Like, we don't want to lose this.
We don't want to lose this. But, Edie, you know, when you get a big lead, it's a lot easier to come back when a team has a lead as opposed to play because you don't want to do anything careless. No. You don't want to do anything reckless. You want to be like, okay, let's just try to run the ball and throw when we have to. And the next thing you know, you're going 2 and out, 3 and out a couple of times, And now it's a tight ball game, and you like really the pressure's on. But till next time you talk to Ricky Jack, tell him to send my hot links. He only 100 pounds of hot links. No
Ricky
problem.
Jackson,
Yeah,
former
Ricky.
great.
Yeah, he's in the Hall. Yeah, he's in the Hall of Fame.
He is in the Hall of Fame. I want to say this one.
Eric Dickerson.
Yes, sir. Skip.
Are you sure your team can get by Seattle?
Oh,
You sure
come on.
about that?
Man, yeah.
I don't know.
You want something? You want something on that?
But it's gonna be in Mexico.
just
That's the game. Is in Mexico City
Yeah.
with Kansas City.
I'm gonna tell you the game. That game and the Chicago game. You know what I'm worried about Chicago? Because it's in December. And it's gonna be very, very cold. very, very cold.
Yeah, man. Man.
14-2, 13-3. That's my prediction right there. What's the Cowboys gonna be?
Wait.
What's the Cowboys gonna be?
I love
five
these
and 11?
equivocating picks. 14-2 or 13.
One or the other.
Just say it.
Just one or the other. Give me one or the other. I'll take either one. I'll take either one.
Take one.
I'll tell you what.
Take 14-2.
I'm gonna take 14-2.
Thank you.
What's your Cowboys
That's
gonna
a good
do?
one.
They're going to lose the next 5 in a row, and Jason Garrett will be fired on the Monday after the second Philly game. He will be fired. I'm on the record.
Why would
Thank you.
Jerry fire him?
Because he'll get shamed into it. Because if they fall to 3-10, it will be the sky will fall in Dallas.
But Jason
Texas.
is the assistant coach. Jerry's the head coach.
Well,
Jerry can't fire Jerry.
He will never fire. That is correct. So, I took it. I accept it.
Look, what I tell you, Skip, we will let you become a
No.
Man, we won't tell nobody. Undercover Ram. Put your Ram shirt on.
I'm about to get my cases back. I'm about to get a bunch of them cases back.
How are you going to get 13 cases
No,
back?
I'm not going to get all 13, but we had our bet that y'all were going to make the playoffs.
I did say that.
Got that one going. You do. You do. And I'm all but
Ambassador
conceding it.
strike it again.
No, because let me tell you what's going to happen. I know how people that concede, because I've been watching the election, there's a lot of people that conceded that want the votes recounted. Now you already conceded.
Well, you can't recount NFL votes.
No.
I mean, we did get robbed at Washington.
Now you ain't getting no robbed.
Wait, we protested that game, and it's still being...
No, NFL said, nah, y'all good. Get out of here.
They're going to overturn it and give y'all a win. Give y'all a win.
Thank you so much for joining us. Keep pushing Skip. We'll keep it on the down low.
Yeah.
Well, the Eagles